So our partnership with 7-Eleven has been extraordinarily important. Our Community Connect network with 1,300 partners nationally is a huge part of the work that we do. But it's not a network that we've been able to interrogate or understand in a really meaningful way. And the support that we've received financially from 7-Eleven has allowed us to devote more time to that. So much so that we have been successful with recently announced federal government support, which will allow us to create Community Connect coordinators on a statewide basis. So every state will have its own network coordinator, which will allow us to mine into that space and begin to understand how it's functioning from both an efficiency point of view, but perhaps more importantly from a capacity point of view. To have the support for Darren, our national coordinator, for some support around Jill, our partnerships manager, and then to be able to build out this has been incredibly useful and will be really purposeful for the future. So in terms of the financial support from 7-Eleven, that's where it's largely been directed, and that's where we expect it to pay off. In terms of our relationship with 7-Eleven more widely as an organisation, the fact that there is a more granular level of understanding within the 7-Eleven network about how logistics systems work at a very localised level, that will be the skilled and that will be the technical element that we will expect to develop over the next year through the rest of the partnership. So in many respects, hugely important, hugely influential, and having a huge impact to communities and to a cohort of people that need support right around the country. So SecondBite is no different from every other organisation in the not-for-profit sector in Australia. Volunteers are our lifeblood. At every part of the operation and every part of our engagement, you will find a commitment from people who just want to devote their time to supporting other people and doing good. With respect to 7-Eleven candidates and having skilled volunteering opportunities which we're beginning to develop with the team, again, leading on from the previous comment, technically that's hugely important to us. But in terms of just understanding, one, our work, and two, the challenge that we face right around the country, coming into the business and actually getting your hands dirty is the real way to learn how this works. The most surprising and the most often quoted reaction to being here for a period of time in a volunteer capacity is, no one can believe that food as good as this is usually wasted. And of course, the volunteer component to the SecondBite alchemy is we solve one problem, hunger, by resolving another problem, waste. And that's the magic.
SecondBite partners with over 1,300 different community food program agencies around Australia. So these are groups that are helping people in need in the local community. They can be things like anything from a local neighbourhood house with a community meal to help people who might be even socially isolated, right through to those large programs helping to feed hundreds and hundreds of people who are sleeping rough on the streets of our capital cities, even through to domestic violence shelters and services for people who are new to the country and still needing to have a hand to get on their feet. So we're really proud to partner with these organisations, and we work with food donors on one side. We sort all the food, get it ready, and then distribute it to these programs that are helping those people in need in our communities.
So it was amazing to see how there's so much excess food that would have otherwise been thrown away. And SecondBite takes that food and redistributes it to community programs where people in need can take the food.
For me, it was really, also remarkable to sort of see the quality of food that is considered, I guess, inedible for some, that still is really good quality. And it's nice to know that there are people out there who can probably get a lot from what we're giving them, and they need the nutrients, they need the meals, and they need the support. So it's good to know that we were able to help them.
Yeah, and I feel really proud that 7-Eleven supports SecondBite, and we get the opportunity to come out here and see all the food that otherwise would go to waste, and you understand that there's all sorts of marginalised people in Australia. Sometimes it's not the typical people that you think of that have food insecurity, and it's really rewarding to be able to help them.